Have you ever wondered why so many people suffer heart attacks right after waking up? Not during rush hour or in the middle of a stressful event, but early in the morning, just as the body wakes. That's no coincidence. And if you're taking omega-3 daily to protect your heart, this is something you need to know. The timing of your omega-3 intake could determine whether it protects your heart when it matters most. A small change, just switching from morning to evening, could make a life-saving difference. So why the morning? Why should omega-3 be taken at night? How does your body change throughout the day, and how can you use that to lower your heart attack risk? In this video, you'll uncover the biological mechanisms behind early morning heart attacks, the role of cortisol, blood pressure, inflammation, and why giving your heart a night shift with omega-3 might be one of the most important decisions you make for your cardiovascular health. You might think a heart attack would strike during a stressful workday, in a moment of anger, or after intense physical activity, but the reality is very different. Large-scale studies from the US to Europe have revealed a troubling truth. Most heart attacks happen between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. Not at noon, not during a workout, but in the early morning, right after you wake up. So why does this happen? The answer lies in a series of natural physiological changes that occur as your body shifts from sleep to wakefulness. When you wake up, the hormone cortisol, often called the stress hormone, surges to help activate your body and kickstart your metabolism. But cortisol also causes blood vessels to constrict and raises blood pressure. At the same time, your body becomes more prone to inflammation. Immune cells become more active, inflammatory molecules like cytokines increase, and platelets, the blood clotting cells, become more reactive and more likely to clump together. This combination of a sudden spike in blood pressure, heightened platelet activity, and inflamed blood vessels creates the perfect storm for a blood clot to form inside your arteries. If you already have plaque buildup in your coronary arteries, even if you've never felt any symptoms, your risk of that plaque rupturing and triggering a clot increases significantly in the early morning hours. When a large clot blocks blood flow to the heart, a heart attack occurs. That's why we often hear about people passing in their sleep or having a heart attack shortly after waking. It's not coincidence, it's not fate, it's a predictable biological response, and most importantly, it's something we can prevent if we understand the underlying mechanism. It's also important to note that in the morning, our blood tends to be thicker. After several hours of sleep without drinking water, the blood becomes more concentrated and viscous. This increases the likelihood of platelets clumping together and forming clots. That's why cardiologists often advise heart patients to drink a small glass of water right after waking up to help temporarily thin the blood.
This effect is even more pronounced in people over 50. As we age, blood vessels lose elasticity, and the body's baseline level of inflammation increases. These factors combine to create a dangerous window lasting several hours each morning, a period when the heart is more vulnerable, yet most people have no idea. This explains why individuals with a history of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, or smoking face a much higher risk of heart attacks in the morning compared to those without these conditions. The good news is that once we understand that morning is the most dangerous time, we can prepare for it the night before. That's where timing your omega-3 intake becomes a powerful strategy. Delivering biological protection at the exact moment it's needed, in the morning, is a smart, proactive, and science-backed way to meaningfully reduce your risk of a heart attack. When it comes to heart-healthy nutrients, omega-3 is always one of the most talked about. But what makes omega-3 truly special isn't just that it's a good fat, but its ability to directly influence key factors behind heart attacks, such as chronic inflammation, arterial plaque, and blood clotting. So what exactly is omega-3, and why does your body, especially your heart, need it to survive and reduce the risk of death? Omega-3 refers to a group of essential fatty acids, meaning the body cannot produce them on its own and must obtain them through food or supplements. There are three main types of omega-3s: ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, EPA, eicosapentaenic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenic acid. ALA is primarily found in flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts, but the two most powerful for heart protection, EPA and DHA, are found mainly in cold water fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, as well as in high-quality fish oil supplements. One of the first things omega-3 does is reduce inflammation, a root cause of most cardiovascular diseases. Inflammation isn't just a response to infection, it also occurs silently inside blood vessels. High levels of LDL cholesterol or elevated blood sugar can irritate the vessel walls and trigger an inflammatory response. Over time, this inflammation weakens the endothelium, the protective inner lining of the arteries, and promotes the formation of plaque. Omega-3 helps disrupt this process by altering how immune cells behave and by lowering the production of inflammatory molecules such as interleukin-6 and TNF-alpha. The second major benefit of omega-3 is its ability to prevent platelet aggregation. Platelets are blood cells responsible for clotting after injury, but when they become overly sensitive or activated at the wrong time, they can form clots that block arteries. Omega-3 helps reduce the stickiness of platelets, allowing blood to flow more smoothly without significantly increasing the risk of serious bleeding, unlike some blood thinners. In addition, EPA and DHA help lower triglyceride levels, improve the ratio of good HDL to bad LDL, and support a stable heart rhythm. Some studies have shown that high-dose omega-3 supplementation can reduce the incidence of arrhythmias, especially atrial fibrillation and premature ventricular contractions, two conditions linked to sudden cardiac death.
In fact, major clinical trials like REDUCE-IT and JELIS have shown that high-dose EPA supplementation significantly lowers the rates of heart attacks, strokes, and cardiovascular death in people at high risk. Not every study agrees completely, but the overall trend consistently points to omega-3 offering clear benefits, especially when taken by individuals with high cardiovascular risk, using the right type, in the right dose, at the right time. It's also important to understand that omega-3 doesn't work like a painkiller or a blood pressure medication. Its effects are foundational, quietly reducing inflammation, stabilizing blood vessels, and regulating clotting mechanisms in a safer way. That's why for omega-3 to deliver its full benefits, it must be taken consistently, with patience, and, as you'll see in the next section, at the right time of day, in the evening, just before the early morning heart attack risk increases. In short, omega-3 is not a treatment for heart attacks, but it is a scientifically supported tool that helps reduce the risk of a first or recurrent heart attack. When used correctly, it becomes a silent gatekeeper, protecting your heart day after day, especially during the dangerous hours when you may not even know you're at risk. Most people are in the habit of taking their supplements in the morning. It's a common belief. If something is good for your health, you should start your day with it. But when it comes to omega-3, especially if your goal is to prevent a heart attack, taking it at night is actually the smarter choice, and this has been backed by science. Let's start with what you already know. Most heart attacks occur in the early morning hours. As mentioned earlier, your body goes through a series of biological changes right after waking. Blood pressure spikes, cortisol levels rise, platelets become highly active, and inflammation surges. This is the window of time when your heart is most vulnerable. So, if you want omega-3 to offer protection, it needs to be present in your bloodstream at that exact moment, not hours later. Here's the problem. If you take omega-3 in the morning, it's already too late. Omega-3 doesn't enter your bloodstream immediately. After ingestion, it takes time to be digested, absorbed through the intestines, processed by the liver, and then distributed throughout the body. Depending on the type and dosage, this process can take anywhere from 6 to 12 hours to reach peak levels in the blood. That means if you take your dose at 8 a.m., it won't peak until the afternoon or evening, and completely misses the critical window the next morning when your heart needs protection the most. On the other hand, if you take omega-3 after dinner, somewhere between 7 and 9 p.m., its peak absorption will occur between 2 and 6 a.m. the next morning. That's exactly when your body begins transitioning from sleep to wakefulness, the same window when blood pressure, inflammation, and platelet activity all rise sharply. And it's at that critical moment when omega-3 is most concentrated in your blood, ready to do its job, reducing inflammation, preventing platelet clumping, stabilizing cell membranes, and helping your heart respond calmly to internal changes.
There's another key reason to take omega-3 in the evening: your body absorbs fats more efficiently at night. Some studies have shown that pancreatic lipase, the enzyme responsible for breaking down fats, becomes more active after dinner, especially when that meal contains healthy fats. This allows the omega-3 in your supplement to be better emulsified, absorbed, and metabolized. This effect is especially pronounced when you take omega-3 with or right after a full dinner. In contrast, taking it on an empty stomach in the morning or with a low-fat breakfast significantly reduces absorption efficiency. Additionally, research suggests that your liver's circadian rhythm and lipid processing enzymes change throughout the day. At night, the liver shifts into a mode of repair and fat regulation. Taking omega-3 during this time helps the liver process fatty acids more effectively, supporting better control of triglycerides and LDL cholesterol compared to taking it in the morning. From a practical standpoint, taking your omega-3 in the evening is also easier for many people to remember and stick with. You can link the habit to your dinner routine or your evening medications if you're already on other treatments. This small habit shift can greatly improve consistency, an essential factor if you want omega-3 to deliver long-term cardiovascular protection. In summary, if your goal is to reduce the risk of a heart attack in the early morning hours, taking omega-3 in the evening is the most effective strategy. It ensures the nutrient is in your bloodstream at the exact time it's needed, aligns with your body's natural rhythms, and delivers maximum protection to your heart, while you sleep, unaware of what could be silently brewing the next morning. Knowing that evening is the best time to take omega-3 is just the first step. To truly maximize its heart protective effects, you also need to know which type of omega-3 to use, how much to take, and how to take it properly, so you get the full benefit without unnecessary waste or added risk. 1. Choose the right type of omega-3. Not all omega-3 products are created equal. There are 3 main forms available on the market. Standard fish oil, widely available and inexpensive, but it often contains an unbalanced mix of EPA and DHA and may include impurities if not properly refined. Concentrated omega-3 in triglyceride or ethyl ester form offers better absorption and is easier to digest. Commonly found in high-quality brands. While more expensive, it provides more consistent and potent results. Krill oil contains natural antioxidants like astaxanthin and is absorbed quickly, but generally has lower EPA and DHA content and comes at a higher cost. For heart health, a product with a higher EPA to DHA ratio is recommended. EPA helps reduce inflammation, stabilize blood vessel linings, prevent blood clots, and support heart rhythm regulation. DHA is more beneficial for brain and nervous system function. An EPA to DHA ratio of about 2:1 or 3:1 is ideal for cardiovascular protection. 2. How much is enough? More is not always better. The right dose depends on your health status and prevention goals. For healthy individuals aiming to prevent heart disease, a daily dose of 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams combined EPA plus DHA is sufficient. For people with high cholesterol or a history of heart disease, 2,000 to 4,000 milligrams EPA plus DHA daily, taken once or split into 2 doses, is recommended. Some clinical trials, such as Reduce It, used 4,000 milligrams of pure EPA per day. However, this is a prescription-level dose and should only be taken under medical supervision. Do not self-prescribe high doses, especially if you are taking blood thinners like aspirin, clopidogrel, or warfarin, as this may increase bleeding risk. By choosing the right form, the right dose, and the right timing, omega-3 becomes more than just a supplement. It becomes a strategic, science-based tool to support and protect your heart. 3. How to take omega-3 for better absorption. Always take omega-3 after a meal that contains healthy fats. Dietary fat stimulates bile and digestive enzyme release, which significantly improves omega-3 absorption. Dinner is an ideal time, especially if the meal includes healthy fats like fish, olive oil, or avocado. Take it at the same time each day. This helps maintain steady blood levels, allowing the anti-inflammatory and heart protective effects to stay consistent. Avoid taking it on an empty stomach. Doing so can lead to fishy burps, poor absorption, and digestive discomfort. 4. Avoid these common mistakes. Not checking the actual EPA and DHA content. Many products list 1,000 milligrams fish oil on the label, but only contain around 300 milligrams of EPA plus DHA. Always read the label carefully and calculate your true daily intake. Inconsistent dosing. Skipping doses or taking it irregularly undermines the benefits. Consistency is more important than taking a high dose sporadically. Buying low-quality or unverified products. Choose brands that are independently tested for purity. Look for IFOs, USP, or NSF certifications. Avoid products with a strong fishy odor or signs of oxidation. Mixing with blood thinners without guidance. If you're already taking aspirin or anticoagulants, consult your doctor before starting high-dose omega-3. 5. Simple, practical tips. Take your omega-3 after dinner with a full glass of water. If your dose is higher than 2,000 milligrams per day, split it into two, once after lunch and once after dinner. Mark the dosage on the bottle and store it near your dinner table or next to your evening medications to help you remember. If you eat fatty fish 2 to 3 times a week, you may be able to reduce your supplement dose. But if you rarely eat fish, supplements are a more reliable option. In summary, omega-3 only delivers its full cardiovascular benefits when you choose the right type, take the correct dose, and use it at the right time. By following these simple steps, you give your heart the strongest layer of protection, right when it needs it the most. Although omega-3 is one of the most extensively studied nutrients for heart health, many people still use it incorrectly, resulting in reduced effectiveness or even unnecessary risks. These common mistakes are frequently seen among middle-aged and older adults, and even in individuals already diagnosed with cardiovascular disease. Taking omega-3 in the morning or on an empty stomach. This is the most common mistake. As explained earlier, heart attacks often occur in the early morning hours. So if you take omega-3 in the morning, it's too late to help when it's needed most. Additionally, taking it on an empty stomach reduces absorption, since fatty acids require dietary fat to be properly absorbed. As a result, you may be taking it every day, but still not receiving the full preventive benefit. The better approach is to take it in the evening after a meal that includes healthy fats, allowing your body to absorb it effectively and reach peak blood levels by the following morning. Not checking the actual EPA and DHA content. Many people feel reassured when they see 1,000 milligrams fish oil on the label. But that number refers to the total oil content, not the amount of EPA and DHA, which are the key components responsible for heart protection. In many cases, EPA and DHA make up only 300 to 600 milligrams of that 1,000 milligram. This means you might think you're getting enough, but in reality, you're only reaching 1/3 to half the effective dose. Always check the supplement facts panel and total the actual EPA and DHA content. That's the number that really matters when calculating your daily intake. Buying cheap or unverified products. There's a wide range of quality in the supplement market. Some low-cost products may be oxidized, contaminated with heavy metals like mercury, or have a very low EPA-DHA ratio. A quality omega-3 supplement should be certified by an independent testing body, such as IFOs, USP, or meet GMP, Good Manufacturing Practices standards. Oxidized fish oil often has a strong fishy odor and can cause unpleasant burping, but more importantly, it loses its effectiveness and may even promote inflammation rather than reduce it. Taking omega-3 irregularly or frequently forgetting doses. Omega-3 doesn't work like fast-acting medication. Its benefits come from maintaining steady levels in your bloodstream every day. If you take it inconsistently, skipping doses, or forgetting often, your blood levels fluctuate and the anti-inflammatory and vascular stabilizing effects are weakened. To build a lasting habit, link your omega-3 intake to a consistent routine, like eating dinner or taking other evening medications. Taking excessively high doses without medical supervision. Some people assume more is better and take very high doses of omega-3, over 4,000 milligrams of EPA plus DHA per day without any medical guidance. At high levels, omega-3 may increase the risk of bleeding, especially if you are already taking anticoagulants, aspirin, or have liver issues. These high doses should only be taken under a doctor's supervision and with regular blood monitoring. For general prevention, 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams per day is sufficient for most adults. Believing that omega-3 alone is enough to protect your heart. This is a mindset mistake. Omega-3 is a valuable part of a prevention strategy. It's not a magic shield. If you continue smoking, eat a high-sugar diet, avoid exercise, or fail to manage your blood pressure, omega-3 alone cannot undo the damage. It must be seen as a supportive tool, not a substitute for a healthy lifestyle. Avoiding these common mistakes gets you halfway to using omega-3 effectively. When you take the right type, at the right dose, at the right time, and understand its limitations, omega-3 becomes an essential part of a solid, long-term heart disease prevention plan.
Meet Mr. Thomas, 64, a retired aerospace technician living in Texas. He maintained a relatively balanced diet, didn't smoke, and went for occasional walks. However, he had a history of elevated cholesterol and mildly high blood pressure. His doctor recommended omega-3 to help reduce inflammation and support heart health. For 3 years, Thomas took it faithfully every morning after breakfast, along with his blood pressure medication and a multivitamin. Then, one morning in March, he woke up unusually early, feeling a heavy pressure in his chest and cold sweats. His wife called 911. The diagnosis, a moderate heart attack. Thankfully, he made it to the hospital in time and underwent a stent procedure. During recovery, he mentioned to his cardiologist that he had been taking omega-3 daily. To his surprise, the doctor immediately asked, "What time of day are you taking it?" When Thomas replied, "In the morning," the doctor nodded and said, "I want you to switch to taking it after dinner. That's the most important window for protecting your heart the next morning." After learning more about how timing affects omega-3's effectiveness, Thomas made the change. Over the next 18 months, he took his omega-3 supplement every evening after dinner, improved his diet, walked every morning, and had his blood markers checked regularly. The results were clear. His CRP level, a key marker of cardiovascular inflammation, dropped significantly. His blood pressure stabilized, and his lipid profile improved. But what Thomas valued most was the sense of confidence he regained, not from the pills themselves, but from understanding how his body worked and what he could do to protect it. And Thomas isn't alone. Others have shared similar experiences. One woman in her 50s had masked hypertension, with blood pressure spiking in the early morning hours. Simply shifting her omega-3 dose from morning to evening, without changing the brand or the dose, led to a noticeable improvement in her morning readings. It wasn't about taking more, it was about taking it at the right time. The result? A dramatic difference in outcomes. Cases like these are not random anecdotes. They are living proof that when you understand how your body works and apply science-backed knowledge, you gain real control over risks that once seemed invisible. Changing the timing of your omega-3 intake from morning to night may seem like a small detail, but for someone at high cardiovascular risk, it's a strategic shift with real impact. If you've ever thought, "I'm doing well, I take omega-3 every day," you're halfway right. The missing piece is timing. You need omega-3 in your bloodstream when your risk is highest, early in the morning. And the only way to achieve that is to take it the night before. Think of it like setting a guard on duty for the morning shift. You can't wake them up at 6 a.m. and expect them to protect the gate in the first 5 minutes. They need to be in place overnight, alert and ready before dawn breaks. The story of Mr. Thomas and many others like him underscores a powerful truth. Knowledge can save lives. And sometimes survival comes down to one simple change at just the right time. The only thing you need is to know it soon enough and act on it fast enough. If you've made it this far, you probably realize that a small change in your routine can make a big difference for your heart. Heart attacks don't always give a warning. They don't care who you are, how old you are, or how often you exercise. But there's one thing most heart attacks have in common: they're most likely to strike in the early morning hours. Once you know that, you have a choice: continue as usual or take action. Simply shifting your omega-3 intake to the evening after dinner helps your body build a layer of biological protection right when it's needed most. This isn't theory, it's real-world practice supported by cardiology experts around the globe. It doesn't replace medications, and it won't make you immune to every risk, but it is a smart, practical step, and it's completely within your control. You don't need to be a doctor, you don't need fancy technology, you don't have to overhaul your lifestyle overnight. All you need is to understand why and when your body needs support. Think of omega-3 as a gatekeeper for your heart. If you send them on duty at the wrong time, they won't be there when danger arrives. But if you assign them to the right shift, your heart will be protected at its most vulnerable hour. And don't stop with yourself. If you have loved ones over 40, anyone with a history of heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or anyone who just wants to live healthier, share this video with them. A single conversation or the right message at the right time can shift someone's perspective, and sometimes it can save a life. Remember, omega-3 doesn't work in isolation. It's most effective when combined with a healthy diet, regular exercise, blood pressure control, good sleep, and emotional balance. But out of everything you could do, taking omega-3 at the right time is the simplest, fastest, and easiest step you can take, starting tonight. So what will you do after watching this video? Will you write down the advice and forget about it? Or will you make the change, starting this evening? Heart health is a long journey. You don't need to sprint. You just need to move in the right direction. And your first step might be as simple as this: take your omega-3 tonight after dinner. Prepare your heart before morning comes.